Hello there on this drizzly Sunday morning. I know the clocks have gone forward, so we've lost an hour at Kip. Um, yeah, I got up earlier than I thought I did this morning and made sure I changed all my clocks. I suppose you all had it done, and I know the old phones do it automatically, but I'm sure you've all thought of that one this morning. Anyway, following on from my videos, I'm not going to talk about my book today, and I'm not going to talk about stuff that I've written and other stuff that the fellow fans have written in, but I was just digging through some really old programs of mine. As I used to have every single home program from like 1960s, early 60s, right up to like the mid 90s. Unfortunately, I have to leave them back at home when I came to Ireland. I was well gutted. I just didn't have room on the van to bring them with me. But one I did salvage, and I kept the old 1940s and the oldest ones I've got because I just couldn't leave them behind. And I did come across something that brought back some great memories for me. And I don't know if anyone remembers the Kick Up the R's fanzine. It's still going strong at the moment. Well, it's not strong actually. This is the reason why I'm doing the video. It's actually online at the moment, obviously due to the COVID restrictions and everything. But Dave Thomas is the man who founded it. What a top man he is. I've seen him many times home and away, and I always used to buy that fanzine. I'd always buy the fanzine, in fact, before I even bought a program. So if I didn't really have enough money for the program, I'd always buy the fanzine, so I loved it. Great reading in it, the hard one. I've still got the first ever copy. Number one, Kick Up the R's fanzine. And I'll make sure I'll always keep that as a keepsake. It was published, issue one was in September 1987. And how things have changed since then, because this was obviously photocopied, from photocopy printers or whatever, and knocked up as a fanzine. Love it. Very basic, and it's really evolved, isn't it? The Kick Up the R's nowadays. Got some great stuff in there. There's what a story that was. Who remembers that? That was the when Bulstrode was trying to merger QPR with Fulham, and was going to become Fulham Park Rangers. That could never have happened. Everyone was going crazy, and it was just a shambles, wasn't it? This Bulstrode fella, but yeah, he wanted to merge us. I think he was going to sell up Craven Cottage, apparently. I think he was going to sell Craven Cottage because that would have been a bit more prestige than Loftus Road. Rake a load of money in and then merge us together and play all the home games at Loftus Road. That's what I remember. I know there was big stuff going on at the town hall in Hammersmith about trying to stop it. Both Fulham and QPR fans were trying to stop it. But that particular game was against Man City at home, and everyone had already kind of like, I think it was planned. It was like, yeah, let's do a protest and get on that pitch at half time and show the board that we mean business. We don't want this to happen. And I'll show you another quick one. It's all on Facebook as well if you want to find it. But yeah, I remember old Mickey Ellicott was the first man on the pitch when he, bless him, and with his limp and all that, and everyone followed on, all sat in a centre circle. I was one of them. I got on the pitch. Everyone was wearing the old faded jeans around that time, the old bleached faded jeans at the end of the casual era sort of thing. I know the casual era's never finished, but 87 it started to go into denim, didn't it? Everyone was wearing denim in them days. And yeah, I remember the Man City fans took it a bit personal. They thought we were going on the pitch to have a pop at them, but we weren't that particular game. And they weren't really in it with us, the merger thing. They just thought we was having a pop at them, but we weren't. And yeah, I can't remember the score of the game. It might even say there, to be honest. I can't remember. We might have beaten them that day. 3-1, I think. It's hard. I need my glasses. But yeah, players support big fan protest. Furious fans of Queen's Park Rangers found unexpected support this weekend. The players they disrupted with their protest at Loftus Road on Saturday backed the anti-merger campaign, so the players were right behind us. The match against Man City, 1-1-0 was secondary as an emotional afternoon. Martin Allen scored the winner with a diving header 7 minutes from the end. but was not leaping over any moons afterwards. I think there were more important things going on with the club right then than the actual result that day. But fair play to everyone who got behind the club and had took part in that protest. You know, back to the Kick Up the Arse fanzine and Dave Thomas. Yeah, I had an article back in their year after the Fulham game when we was all in their end and it all kicked off and everything. And that's another story. I've written a bit in my book, my other book, Beating My Demons, about that, and I'm going to write another book, you know, more about trouble at QPR, and that's going to be one chapter about the Fulham affair and all that. And Dave let me, he published a story of mine. I was trying to ask, I couldn't find it. I had a copy, but I've lost it now. It's called, Dave actually edited it for me and renamed the title for that article, Al Fired Up, as in all fired up. He put Al Fired Up, which is very good play with words, because Al Fired was their chairman at the time, and everyone was fired up because we hadn't played Fulham for years, man, and we didn't completely take over their ground, but we was in all of their stands, a bit like Chelsea, what they used to do us back in the day, but not on such a bigger scale. But we only had that. They didn't. I don't think they gave us enough tickets, but we had that whole away end, the terrace. We had a bit of the Riverside stand. Loads of us went in the Stevenage Road stand, only simply because we couldn't get tickets, and we all went in there, and it all kicked off. Obviously, Fulham were trying to defend their territory, and a lot of people didn't want to get nicked, so it didn't go too bad because CCTV was around, and I ended up getting nicked because I was pissed off my nut that day and don't even remember much about it. I got thrown out and got nicked a month later because of the CCTV footage. We all went to court. There was loads of us. They tried to do us for conspiracy, which would have been a massive prison sentence, and it weren't funny, believe me. But I think they see the light and realise it wasn't a conspiracy. It was just one of them unfortunate things. We went in their end and it kicked off, and yeah, that was it. And yeah, back to Dave anyway, and Kick Up the Arse fanzine. Yeah, I'll always keep this, as I said, I'll always have this issue number 1. Hopefully when the games get crowds back again and all that, Dave will have printed copies for sale. But unfortunately, his sales and subscriptions have gone right down, and it'd be such a shame to lose this fanzine, because as I say, it's been around since 1987. It's part of QPR. In my opinion, it's actually part of QPR. Kick Up the R's. Got to keep it going. So anyone watching this video wants to make a little subscription to it, I'll put a link in under the video of how you can go and make a subscription to the online ones. I'm getting the online copies. It's a good little read. You know, when you're indoors bored and that, and you want to do something, have a little read up. A lot of other fans contribute to it. It's very light-hearted. Let's have a look and see what else we can find in here. In this particular first ever copy, yeah. There was a bit about Dennis. Yeah, Dennis. Mark Dennis. Bad boy Mark Dennis. I used to like him at QPR. I know he was a bit of a South London bod, but he was a great player. I remember one game when we played Spurs away at White Hart Lane. Our dealers were still playing for them then. Mark Dennis was playing for us. I remember our dealers coming down the wing towards us, so he would have been on the left wing, running down towards the QPR fans. Mark Dennis was chasing him up. Dealers had a bit of pace on him that day. Mark Dennis just went bang, smacked him with his elbow. Our dealers went absolutely flying almost into the crowd, and Dennis just went off, sent off. We was doing so well up to that point. I can't remember what the score was. We may have been winning or drawing, but I think we went on. It ruined the game, Dennis getting sent off, but he was just one of them characters. He was a tough, hard man, and put our dealers right out of it. And I think soon after that, we signed our dealers, funnily enough. Anyway, soccer bad boy Mark Dennis is to turn over a new leaf with Queen's Park Rangers. Yeah, that didn't last long. The scourge of First Division forwards and referees is set to sign from Southampton for 50 grand on a 3-year contract. 50 grand, eh? Rangers manager Jim Smith believes he can succeed in reforming one of soccer's most tarnished players. I can't wait for Mark to join because he was with me in Birmingham before a 30 grand move to Southampton, and he was really had a really infectious effect on the dressing room humour. So he's a bit, yeah, he's like a lad, isn't he, Mark Dennis? So I imagine he had a great crack and a great sense of humour as well. I don't believe he is a dirty player. He is certainly enthusiastic and often gets carried away with mistimed tackles. You're not wrong, and elbows as well. You know what I mean? And the trouble is that referees are always looking out for him and almost seem to have the book ready. Yeah, there was always players like that. Terry Hurlock at Millwall, wasn't there? And Razor Ruddock, Vinnie Jones. Gotta love them sort of players. Macca, although he weren't dirty, he was always getting stuck in. I haven't seen the stats for Alan McDonald, how many yellow cards he got on that. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to keep it brief, keep it there, leave it today. Sunday, I'm having a rest. Get back on the videos tomorrow around the memoirs book. But don't forget, yeah, kick up the arse. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Keep it going. It's a QPR. It is Rangers, isn't it? And keep it going. And I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Take it easy. One love. Yours.